Somebody call the Coast Guard. Seattle ain't gonna make it. Hello again, everyone. It's me, MadameMacabre, and welcome to another video. Welcome if you are new here, and if you are returning to me, welcome back. So today's video is a little bit impromptu, but it's relevant to local goings-on. So, as some of you know, I am from Western Washington, and our climate is usually, fairly rainy, fairly chilly, but because of where we're located, we very rarely get much snow, so we're just not really built for it. However, that being said, because of all the climate change stuff going on, we're having a big ol' snowstorm blow in. And, for us, big ol' snowstorm is probably tiny baby snowstorm for places that really get a lot of snow. But nonetheless, this is Seattle. Do you really think people aren't going to be melodramatic and make it like it's the end of the world? The kicker here is we've known that the snowstorm is coming. They told us over a week in advance to be ready for it. Okay, you got a week to prepare. That's not so bad. You can get any supplies you don't already have. You don't need to overdo it because it's not going to be that big of a deal. And, just keep your family safe. Be prepared for a day or two off of work in case roads get too bad. Again, not a problem, right? It is to Seattle. It's the end of the friggin' world. You would think we are experiencing a cataclysmic, world-ending experience based on the way some people are out here acting a fool. So, here's how things currently are looking. We've got about 16 inches of snow from one of the days that the storm hit. Now, I know some of y'all chilly, snowy states are gonna be like, oh, that's nothing. Well, first of all, remember, we don't get snow, so none of our infrastructure, our roads, are built to handle snow. So that's where the only thing that is worth getting kind of concerned about comes into play. Mostly the roads, because people in Western Washington are already horrible drivers. So throw ice and snow into the mix and roads that aren't really meant for snow, we're gonna have some issues. That being said, however, people are acting like a super volcano is erupting beneath us. Mothers are afraid that Yetis are gonna be popping out of dumpsters stealing their children. Okay, that might have been a bit hyperbole, but if you had seen the grocery store the other day, you wouldn't blame me, okay? Speaking of grocery stores the other day, got a week to prepare, and a snowstorm's not gonna last more than maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks tops. It's good to have some supplies, but you don't really need to overdo it that long. The snow won't stick around long enough to be a problem, it's going to melt. That doesn't stop people from acting like doomsday preppers, oh my god. So, I went to the grocery store several days before the storm was due to hit, just doing my regular grocery shopping, figured, some of these things I was gonna wait until next month to get. I'll go ahead and get them now, just, to be prepared, whatever. I go, no problem. Unfortunately, I forgot 2 items that I needed, just 2, but I really did need them. So I had to go back the day before the storm. Oh, I'm really salty that I forgot 2 things because it was pandemonium. You would think we were being invaded by a foreign power. People were losing their minds. They were pushing and pulling multiple carts stuffed to the brim with rice and bottled water and all the milk and all the bread. You guys, it's not gonna last more than 2 weeks. I promise you it'll be fine. I promise you. What can you do? Seattle. The lines to the registers were stretching all the way to the very backs of the stores. People were getting into fights over the last couple items of things. The shelves were getting stripped down like flocks of locusts had flown in and were just snatching up everything. Except for a lot of the packaged veggies and fruits, which is kind of weird for Seattle because Seattle, usually the health food goes first, but it's the end of the world. Better get those preservative stuffed things, right? I have been seeing online community Facebook groups with all these people making these backup plans, what to do, neighborhood watch groups, literally acting like the world is ending. It's blowing my mind. Listen, I don't like having to drive in snow either, but if I have to stay indoors for a couple of days, cool. Impromptu vacation, like, dude, calm down. I don't know, man. I think people are just kind of blowing things out of proportion a wee bit. Though one positive that's come out of this is there's been a lot of really entertaining local memes.
Gotta get the bread and milk. I gotta get the bread and milk. I gotta get the bread and milk. I gotta get the bread and milk. Oh my god, I gotta get the bread and milk. I gotta get the bread and milk. I gotta get the bread and milk. They said snow. I gotta get the bread and milk. Oh my god.
Mwah, some spicy memes. To be perfectly honest, the thing I am most worried about is having to go anywhere. Not because of the snow, not because of the ice. I've been driving a long time, never had any accidents. I pride myself in being a good defensive driver and having common sense and knowing not to slam on your brakes while going real fast on ice, okay? What's got me worried is all the morons around me, okay? The first leg of the snowstorm hit Friday. There were accidents on Thursday. Snow hadn't even hit the ground yet, and people were already preemptively turning stupid. More stupid. Again, this should not be surprising, given in Seattle, where it's one of the rainiest states in the country, when it rains, people freak out and don't know how to drive. You live in this, Sharon. Please, just drive. I guess I'm just salty because it ends up keeping me trapped in here, and don't get me wrong, I do enjoy being able to stay in and keep to myself. I tend to be a bit into that hermit lifestyle, if you know what I mean. However, there's a difference between choosing to stay in and be solitary and being stuck inside and not being able to go out. I mean, I could go out, but I'm more freaked out by other drivers on the road than anything else, so I'm probably not going to go out unless I have to. And that's led to some cabin fever. Listen, I've already deep cleaned my entire apartment and styled a brand new cosplay wig. I'm running out of things to do to keep my mind stable. So maybe it is an emergency and I do need the Coast Guard. I don't know. But here I am, rambling on about all these theatrics, when there's one more serious thing that kind of jumps out to my mind with the snowstorm. It's always the people who are middle upper class, who have warm homes, lots of money to get backup food and water and supplies, all that, who are freaking out, having a meltdown, making a big deal out of this snowstorm, when they're gonna be fine. They have walls around them. Again, they got lots of food and water. Even if the power goes out, they have the money that they have lots of blankets. They're gonna be fine. However, 16 inches of snow over one day and having 2 weeks of snow, what I'm worried for is the folks who don't have four walls to go and retreat into. I'm genuinely concerned for the homeless population because we have been having kind of a homeless boom out here. And there's already been people dying in tents. A tent is not enough to keep you warm in this. And I hope they can find shelter and I hope they're gonna be okay. I don't know. I hate to take it on a darker twist, but that's my explanation for why I have so much irritation and ire towards these middle-aged soccer moms who are blowing things up and acting like the world is ending when it's like, you're gonna be fine. If you are in such need of something to do with your theatrics and your excess money, go make some donations to the homeless shelters. I just took several bags down myself. Come on, it's not that hard. I don't know. Okay, well, that's just about enough of that nonsense. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was just kind of a whole lot of nothing, but it's an update on what's going on in my life, and if updates get wonky or whatever, it's probably because I've lost my mind due to cabin fever, being locked up in here, because the snow, whatever. Anyway, I will be back with more videos as usual later in the week. I will catch you all next time, and until then, remember, Stay creepy.
Oh my god, it started again. Somebody call the Coast Guard. I need bread and milk.